So when like someone hit you, you know,
Okay.
in Japanese, 彼が俺の頭を叩いた something like that. But do you say like he hit my head?
No. If somebody like punches you, oh, so difficult. It really depends on how the conversation is going. So if you get into a fight, I think usually it's automatically assumed you got hit somewhere in your face or your head. Usually we say like, oh, they punched me, or they sucker punched me, which usually means like in the face. But unless someone asks you like, where did they hit you, we're usually not going to say like someone hit me in the head.
Yeah, so the structure hit me in the head. That's hard for Japanese people to understand. Why not hit my head? Do you ever say he hit my head or something hit my head?
No. Usually it's like they smacked me upside the head. So like if somebody smacks you like in the back of your head, right? You usually say like, oh, they smacked me upside my head. Which I know makes zero sense. But that's what we say. But we usually don't say like they hit my head. I'm trying to think of an instance where we would say that. Maybe if you like run into a branch, like, you know, if somebody's walking in front of you and there's a branch and it kind of like goes this way and then it comes back. Just like, oh, the branch hit me in the head, but not like hit my head.
Still, it's hit me in the head.
Some like disposition in between whatever happened in your head.
Did you say disposition?
Yeah. So like there's always something like I got hit upside the head. I got smacked in the head. I don't know why it's in, because there's nothing going inside, but that's just what we say. I don't know why it's there. I wish I could explain. I feel like my Japanese teacher right now. I would ask her like, well, why is it this way? And she'd be like, because it is. Okay.
I asked the same question to ChatGPT 4, and it said that you can say both. Really?
I'm sure you could. Like, I feel like for me, it's natural to say either like upside the head or it smacked me on the head or in the head. Like, I never just say like it smacked my head. I don't know why that feels unnatural for me. I'm sure there are people though that say it, and if you say it that way, it's perfectly okay because you're getting the point across. And that's what I've been trying to say this whole time is there's no, like, I'm going to understand what you just said if you said my head was smacked. I would 100% understand what you're saying. So say it that way. The whole point is to talk. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But guess what? I still understood what you said. So don't be scared. Just say it. I mean, if something makes zero sense, then it makes zero sense. Somebody's going to ask you, what did you mean? But don't be scared to say something or like overthink it because you didn't put in, it hit me upside the head. Still going to understand whether you say it in a Japanese English way or English way.
How about grab me by the arm?
Yeah, we say that.
Versus grab my arm.
So grabbed me by the arm and grabbed my arm. So in my head, when I think about the two variations, grabbed me by the arm makes me feel like I was trying to like walk away and you grabbed me by the arm to like keep me from moving away. But just grabbing somebody's arm is like I was just standing there and like you grabbed my arm. So I feel like one has like a movement connotation and one has like a stagnant connotation.
So grab my arm is perfectly okay. I mean, you use it.
Yes.
But you don't use hit my head.
No.
Mm,
But you can say it. Like, I don't want people to think
Right.
you can't say that. You can totally say that. It's still 100% correct.
mm,
It's not wrong. It's just, for me, it's not natural English coming out of my mouth. But I would understand 100% if you said, hit my head.
Then how about shooting? Like shoot me in the leg or shoot my leg.
Both are grammatically correct.
Mm.
It just depends on the situation you're using it in. So they're still correct. Like if you say shoot me in the leg or shoot my leg, it's still correct either way. It's not wrong. But it depends on the conversation and how like it's being used, if that makes sense.
What kind of
Like-
situation can you say somebody shot my leg?
If somebody was like, what do you want me to do? Shoot my leg. Or shoot me in the leg. Like either way would work in that situation.
Mm.
So shoot me in the leg or shoot my leg is still correct either way.
If you get shot, which one would you use?
I would say I was shot in the leg.
Not そっか。それ受け身だな。
But if somebody was like, oh my god, what happened? I could be like, someone shot me in the leg.
Yeah.
That's the natural thing that would come out of my mouth. But you could say someone shot my leg as well, and it's the same meaning.
Do you hear that?
I'm sure I have. Like, I know it's not uncommon, but for me, I would say shoot me in the leg.
That's
Or
the
shot me in the leg.
That's the first choice.
That's my first choice. Not that it's right, like more right than the other one, but that would be what comes naturally for me.
You know, I asked this similar question like 20 something years ago when I was, learning English at college. And I asked this question to a friend, Tatsuya. By the way, his nickname was Tits. Anyway.
What a horrible nickname.
And he said something like, if you say someone hit my head, it could mean you're a robot and your head is off the body and someone hit it. Then it's hit my head.
I think though, like, if you want to get super technical, and I see where your friend is coming from, that does make absolute sense because it makes it seem like your head isn't a part of your body, like it's something you own. Because technically, my implies something you own, which I mean, you do own your own body, but from a speaking point, nobody is going to be like, oh, so your head was detached from your body and it got hit. Nobody's going to do that unless they're rude and not very nice. But if somebody said, like what you said, like someone hit my head, I'm not going to be like, oh, so your head was over here and your body was over here. Like, no. I will understand exactly what you're saying. If you're in an English class, like writing a paper or something, you probably wouldn't want to say that because I'm assuming your English teacher would probably be like, hey, not quite where you want to go with this. You're implying, like what you just said, that your head was detached from your body. But I'm assuming most of the people you're speaking about right now, you're just mainly trying to get them to have fun learning English, to get out there and be more open to speaking in English. So it depends on your goals. If your goal is to be an English teacher or to get a high score on either ACAN or is it TOEFL? Something like an English exam like that, then definitely study more grammar. But I think where I lost my interest in Japanese learning was all of my teachers didn't give me real life, real world situations where I could speak to somebody. So like when I talk in Japanese, I usually sound like a textbook. That's not helpful when you're going to live somewhere or you want to make friends or, you know, be a part of the community. And I feel like when it's too technical when you're learning, it becomes not fun. And if it's not fun, you're not going to want to do it anymore. So I think you have to find out your goal first. If your goal is just to know English, be able to meet new people, then I wouldn't worry too much about the technical grammar side. Because English grammar is very extensive. Like there is a lot to it. But you can say that is what I'm trying to get at. You can say, I was hit or my head was hit. You can say that. I would say I was hit in my head. That's the natural thing that comes out. But I hope people don't think they can't say it the way they want to say it, if that makes sense. Like I don't want people to be scared to speak English. Because that's what happened to me in my Japanese learning was my teachers were so strict and like, you can't say it like this. You can't do that. That's rude. Like there was never any positive feedback and I don't want to see that for English learners.
Yeah, I feel the same. Exactly the same.
Because I see it happen too often for like Japanese kids, especially when they're learning English in schools. Like everything is so strict.
Yeah.
And there's no positive feedback, and that's not good.
本当そう。I can't agree with you more.
It wasn't disposition. I think it was preposition I was supposed to say. See, this is what happens when you live in another country and you aren't around your native language. You lose some of your English, FYI. Or you'll lose some of your Japanese if you live in another country. Just letting you all know. That's what I meant to say. Not disposition, preposition.
Got it.
Jeez. Excuse me. See, even I make mistakes as a teacher. Anyway.